and fat guy. Man, all right. How'd you like to be YouTube's favorite fat guy? I'd be okay with it. Okay, a little refreshed. Hope everybody's doing pretty good. I'm gonna make a little gnome guy, little gnome head. You know, just this kind of little Pope, goofy looking hat, and cut a little bit of face and beard in there. That's about it. Nothing fancy. He ain't gonna have no boots. It's just a head. I call it the popping out of the ground gnome, and that's what I'm gonna make. All right. Hope everybody's doing pretty good today. I'm gonna get after it. Really see what I'm doing or not? Maybe a little bit. All right. I know, right now it just looks like a piece of wood, right? Yeah, that's the same thing I see. All right. I could peel the bark off, and I'm just trying to see the hat, how the hat slopes over the nose before I actually cut it in. I'm just trying to see it in my head, which is kind of hard because I'm kind of dumb, you know. But hey, I'm glad y'all are watching nonetheless. Be sure to hit the like button. See who we got on here so far. Hey, Daryl Rakin, what's going on, my man? What's that? Looptopia with Dr. Tyranny Lupidia. Okay. All right. Appreciate that. Yeah, we had a blast in Gatlinburg too. So, hey, I appreciate you watching. Okay, guys, I'm going to keep on going. Hey, and I'll tell y'all something right now. As of today, prior to me getting on this live, I was at 4977 for my subscriber count. So I'm hoping that today we crack that 5,000 number. That'd be awesome. So help me out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Okay. y'all be thinking about a name for this guy. You know what I mean? And maybe he don't look like much yet, but you guys be thinking about a name for him. Maybe y'all could call him Jabba the Nut. I don't know, something goofy. It is what it is. What's all that fire about? Let's see. Raking, heck yeah. Come to the right place, believe me. Okay, Sean. Heck yeah, with a chainsaw. Son Jay, fish head, no. Gonna be a goofy looking little gnome head like he's popping out of the ground. That's what I'm working on. Y'all be sure to subscribe. Okay, I'll keep going and I'll shut up. I know that. Y'all don't want to hear me talk. Y'all want to see me doing crap. I know. Sorry. I haven't started this one yet. All right, I don't know if y'all can see him yet. It's hard to say. I can see him. There's his nose. Now, that's a bad spot for that to be, but we can work with that not being there. Anyhow, just a little cone-headed, you know, you take him, you set him there, he looks like he just popped out of the ground, and that's what we're going for. All right. really all that's left to do to him. And you can't really see it. I mean, it's just because of the type of wood it is and it has all these different colors. It's kind of hard to see him, really, especially looking in there with you guys' view. So I kind of feel bad for you there. Hey, Colin, glad to see you in there. Daryl, EW, hey, man, what's happening? Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put some lines in this dude, clean the nose up just a little bit more, and then we'll burn him and we'll make another one. Somebody's watching saying, man, it looks like my Uncle Cedric. I'll bet it does look like your Uncle Cedric. Yeah, he's a nice guy, ain't he? Cedric the Gnome. We'll see him a little closer. I don't know. Yeah, it's just something to do. I had a piece of wood out here and a couple of them. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. Turn into something. It ain't much. You know, I'll give you that. Anybody want to say, well, man, that's kind of crummy carving in it. Well, I'm telling you, people buy this crap. It might sound silly. I'm just telling you, they buy it. I know because I've made tons of them, and they're stupid, and people buy them. Hey, it's Gnomish. That's right, my buddy. Hey, y'all check out Creation Death 777. There's 165 of you in here right now, and if you're not subscribed to Creation Death 777, you're kind of wasting your time. You should check him out. Okay, let me sand it. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a little off here. I got to sand this dude a little bit, clean him up, and burn him, and then we'll move to another one. I'm not going to put much effort into him because these little gnome heads, I call them popping out of the ground, gnome head, you don't get much out of them. People buy them, they like them, but, you know, I mean, there's not a lot of effort in that, making that. It didn't take very long to make. There's a reason. There wasn't very much effort into it. Kind of like making a pumpkin, similar. You get a little more money out of these than pumpkins, but they're not hard. I mean, you can make them yourself. They're really not that hard. else we got in here today? Let's see. Any other carvers? Yeah, Creation Dust, he's in here. You guys be sure to subscribe to him. The Electric Whittler, Amy Joe, they all carve. So if you're watching me, you ought to be checking them out. They all carve different, and they do different things. Creation Dust is a chainsaw carver, 27-year experienced chainsaw carver. And a lot of these other people are Dremel carvers and knife carvers. There's lots going on. All right. All right, that's keep sanding. Time for a little burning. Well, I don't have to look for a lighter. Nope, I don't. It's in here. Somehow, I have matured a little bit and remembered to leave a lighter in. So, y'all, my plan is today, it is at 5:20 now. Okay, that took me 20 minutes to make that. And I plan to be on here until, yeah, there's a bunch of Joshes raking. You just never know. I plan to be on here till one of you guys tells me you have hit 5,000 subscribers. It was 49.77 when I started. And so if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? What the heck? I ain't gonna beg you, don't get me wrong, but this is going really good. And I think we should be able to crack 5,000 today. And I'm not gonna jump no hoops or anything, or hula hoop or anything like that to get to it. But that said, I think we can do it today, right now. You people, I think y'all can get it done. Guy's on here, he's doing something, he's working. He's not just sitting here talking about how crappy his day was and everything's Obama's fault and everything's jacked. You know what I mean? I'm actually making some crap. And that's one thing I've noticed. People come on here and they're like, hey man, somebody actually doing something other than just talking. You know, of course they all sound like Hank Hill, remember that. Damn it, Bobby. You know, but anyhow, I'm gonna get this all done. Burn him up just a little bit. He need to be burned again, but look, there ain't much in these. They sell. People will buy them, but there ain't. And you like that flame coming out of his mouth? Look at that. Oh yeah, that's scary, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that little boss lady kind of reminds me of her smoking. Well, that'll make her mad. Oh well, and I'm good at that. Yeah, well, just women in general. I know how to make them mad. That's for sure. Oh well. Yeah, that's about it. You don't want to put much effort into that. You're not going to get much out of it. But it's cute. By the time you paint the hat green or blue or yellow, or maybe paint some little swirls or some dots on it or something, kind of make it look like a mushroom. Normally I would leave his nose like it is, but since this is so dark, I'd probably paint it tan. And then paint the beard white, leave the mouth hole black. And, yeah, somebody will want that. Throw it out there in their garden. Let the termites have some food. Termites is actually good. They turn the dirt over. They change the soil compositions of boring soil and add other nutrients to them. So they have their purpose. It's just not in your house. So yeah, okay, I had to remember where the drill's at real quick. But anyhow, I can't see why we couldn't cross that Rubicon today And I mean, if we don't, we don't. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll end up getting there. And sometimes, as a live creator, what you realize is you'll pick up some subscribers for a while, and then as soon as they're done, they see the finished result, or they were able to find you, they unsubscribe. But what I found out through testing that is usually you get somebody that comes in, they do that, they do it a couple times, they ultimately end up just saying, yeah, I like this guy, and they stay. It just takes a little while. But let's see. In the meantime, I officially have our LLC set up. We officially have a bank account for the LLC. There's my goofy little pop out of the ground gnome. Not too bad, not too good. I wouldn't buy him, but I'm not going to judge. Okay, let's see. And so there's some other steps coming up here pretty quick. It's going to be neat. Never would have guessed this would go this fast, but it did. And I don't mind telling anybody how I did it. So just ask. You gotta be a little bit of a, I'm gonna have to cut that off flatter. You gotta be a little bit of a workaholic. And in every way, I mean, I kinda am. And I mean, not just work, I mean, you know, I mean, I have several different things I'm involved in that, not several, but 3 that are really serious, including this one now. And, you know, work hard at all of them. You know, you should. You really should. It ain't worth doing if you ain't gonna really put some effort into it. Hey, WD, what's going on, my man? Yeah, there's probably 10 lives, buddy. You want to try that tonight? Let me know, and we can if you got time. I'm all for it. But heck yeah, got all kinds of people going in here. Yeah, hit the like, but more than anything, subscribe. We want to crack that 5,000 number. Now, I did think about this piece right here, leaving this little end on it, putting a little mushroom out here and making it a little gnome with feet and all that. And honestly, I just don't feel like being that complicated today. You know, you'll have that, right? I'm just making things that are easy sellers, cheap sellers, entry-level chainsaw carving. So, I don't really care, you know? Don't put too much effort into it because you don't care, you know? And be entertaining. In the meantime, be entertaining. Okay, I've been putting another screw in the back of that just in case it spins, which it probably will. And actually, this board that I use and screw this stuff down, I made so many pumpkins with it. It's probably made 100 pumpkins and a couple other things screwed down to it that it's time for it to get another tube of tin. I might not get that back out of there, but if not, it'll just stay on there until I get off the light. How about that? All right, put that and that over there. Chop this thing up. See what you guys have to say real quick before I get started. Let's see, and heck, we hit 400 and some viewers there at one time this morning changing that tire there around 10:30. And I mean, that's pretty cool. Say, big dog, what's going on, man? Glad to see you in there. Yeah, screw, yeah, it probably did. It's just junk. You know how it is. It's all falling apart, and it's always my fault. No, I'm just kidding. Things are going fine. Knots got to go. Okay. Well, it's got the hat cart cut out anyway. See what you guys got. 160 and 34. They ain't bad numbers. Yeah. Heck yeah. What do I do now? Let's see. Bigger scale, difficulty controlling teeth. I'm just checking out what all you guys got here. Hey, Christopher Bailey, man, I sure appreciate that. That's awesome. Hey, Aiden Fletcher, glad to see you in there. Guys, check him out too. Aiden Fletcher, he's a Dremel carver. Woodworker's Dilemma, he does a ton of stuff. He does a lot of abstract carving, a lot of Dremel carving, and of course, Creation Dust 777. He is a chainsaw carver. He makes beautiful blended videos. Cross with a mix of chainsaw carving and also outdoor scenery, fishing, some very neat stuff. Okay. I just want to peel that bark off. I really don't want to just sit there and keep rubbing it. You know what I mean? Kind of seems silly. What do I do with my scrunch? Hey, anybody want a fuel card? I don't know why I got it in my pocket. That's another story altogether. Oh, well. What a day. But anyway, I drove about 2 hours southwest this morning. Did a tire that only took me about 30 minutes total. I think I was there at the place maybe 40 minutes. And went back to the shop, went and started a bank account that I needed to start. Came home, now I'm doing this, hanging out with you guys. Appreciate y'all watching. sand it from there. Yeah, and I'll tell you, you'd have to paint them because going on that blended color, that's pretty ugly. But we do, we paint them, paint the beards white, the tan, nose. This nose might be okay as it is. I don't know, we'll see how it comes out. And paint the hat a color. Hey, East Coast kid, man, glad to see you in there. Sky Cat, awesome, my man. Heck yeah. Hey, Daryl, are you telling me to celebrate? Is that what I'm reading here? Let's see, looks like gnome carvings can be cranked out rapidly. Yeah, they can, dude. Heck yeah. Let's see what we got. Screws, cross rock through, goes to crack, keep it spinning, further crack epoxy. And I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but that's pretty cool. I know that's who, if you want to learn from somebody, that's who. Creation dust, really. I mean, especially when it comes to chainsaw carving stuff. Let's see. Hey, yeah, I'm going to paint it there. Dasco 2121. Yeah, they'll get painted. Colored hats, white beards, and a clear nose. Hey, Cat's Piece. Congrats. All right, Rakin. Awesome. I must have hit it. You guys are awesome. Well, we can't get in too big a hurry because people might change their mind. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Okay, let's get a little sanding going here. But that's what we were hoping to do, you know. I mean, we're hoping to break over that number. And, you know, what the heck. It's definitely something to celebrate. And then I got some ideas on top of that. That'd be cool. So, these giveaways, and not to discourage you guys from doing them. EW, I know you're doing one. Weld, he does giveaways like all the time. But YouTube, if you look up the bylaws on that, they're not going to hurt you when you're kind of low on subscribers. But if you look at their rules on giveaways, they're pretty specific. And honestly, I've kind of steered away from them. I'm going to steer away from them until I'm monetized. That shouldn't take very long at this point. And then I'm going to do something. I ain't going to say what. I don't know what. Not thinking that far ahead because we just keep driving depth and working all the time. That's what we do. And sometimes I need to stop and do other stuff. I can't even tell you the list, but we got other stuff we need to get done. But we did get our business started, once we needed to do that. We got everything we needed to do that. We're working on insurances, a couple other things right now. But business account, start business bank account today. That's pretty neat. So, you know, this has gone to where, you know, we can have decent side income off of it. But if you notice what I do, here's the key. If you notice what I do, if you want to do the same thing, what do you notice that I do the most? You always see me. I go to work, I come home, I do this. I also have some other serious responsibilities that I have to take care of. Well, at least one really serious. Other than being a family guy, I have at least one other really serious responsibility. I work all the time. That is my enjoyment. That is my vacation. I like to work. If you don't, it might be a little harder. And I don't blame people. It's nice to take a break. I like to fish and stuff, like deer hunt and all that. But I've just always been this way. I'm always working. So, whatever. I like helping people too. The problem with YouTube is making it a little harder for me to help other people and serve others. And so I got to kind of get my time. I don't know, but we kind of got a schedule here. Y'all know when you see me. Oh, well. All right. I know. Shut up and play. I'll tell you something else that seriously bears saying. When you end up surrounded with a group of people that they all work pretty hard, or they at least all stick together, and they're pretty fairly loyal to each other, we've ended up in this group. I ended up in this group of people that I didn't know. They all stick pretty tight together. And now Creation does. He's ended up in this same group. And we all support each other. And I think this is awesome. You know, I mean, really, you know, Aiden Fletcher, man, he's a carver. You guys should subscribe to him. I'm scroll back down through here and see who all's been on there. Woodworker's Dilemma. It's We Do We Handyman. You should subscribe to him. Creation Dust. Subscribe to him. I'm looking to see if there's anybody else on here. And I guess the problem is I might miss some of you because it's not lit up blue. And if I do, hey, sorry about that. Yeah, Greg was like one of the original OG mods, man, that's for sure. Roy at Roy's Timber Art Techniques. He was the very first moderator. And I think Greg is like, you're probably like second, third, or fourth, something like that. Michael, he was definitely one of them. And still to Doc Mitchell, who? That's who. Hoo, 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 hoo. All right, let's shut up and sand, right? But anyway, I guess the point is, you get in a group of people who stick together nice and tightly, and we all help each other. We all recommend each other, you know, and that's, you can't beat that because you ain't gonna find that everywhere else out there. You're not gonna get some of these 25, 30, 100,000, million subscribers. They ain't gonna do that. They're a business. They're a huge business with multiple people, and they don't care about anybody but themselves, just like the rest of this world out here. So when you do end up getting united, forming a group with some people, you know, you definitely want to support them. Absolutely. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, great community. Kat said it exactly right. Support each other. See, Kevin Murphy, hey, I appreciate that, man. He ain't going to get much more detail than that. I'm just sanding him, burning him, and then he'll be painted. Because this was kind of low-cost item. Don't take that long to make. But people like them. You throw them out there in your garden. You know, they might make it 2 years before the termites finish them off. You just never know. Which I kind of got a story about that. When 2019, when I took up carving, it's probably December or January of 2020. I put out a 24-inch log up there for the driveway, and that thing sat there till last summer in August when I decided to take this back up again. I would always say, yeah, I'm gonna carve something in that log, you know, and the bark fell off of it and everything else. And about that much of that log was rotten after 4 years of sitting up there. I brought back here, I made stuff, and I sold every bit of it. So, hey, it worked out pretty good. And that's the other thing we're saying. Selling this stuff. That's where you're gonna make your money. YouTube, I don't know. Can't tell you, ain't been there yet. But from what I hear, it ain't that great. But it's okay. You get something. You know, if it's enough to pay the taxes, that'd be awesome. I doubt it, but you never know. Making stuff, whether you Dremel carve, chainsaw carve, knife carve, you do projects. WD, he does a lot of different stuff. And hey, Woodworker's Dilemma, I can't comment on your stuff. What the heck? I wanted to comment, especially on them nails where you missed. I can't remember it now. I had some funny, sarcastic thing to say about that, and I forget what it was. And I didn't get to drop it on you because for some reason I couldn't comment. So if you're not getting no comments and you're wondering why, you probably got turned off. I don't know. Let's see.
guys straight up.
If it was a price point issue, and I was worried about making money by cranking these things out, I wouldn't even make them. It's not, to me, it's not about that. It's fun to make these. It's fun to see people's face, and they come up and they walk up on chainsaw carvings. Their demeanor just immediately changes. Any kind of carving that's cute, their demeanor, people carrying the load of the world, how hard it is to live in this world and survive and have to deal with awful people and things like the Bible, Timothy or 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 through 5 talks about how people would be, and it got it to a T about the people of the world that we live in. When people see these things, they come up on them, they let all that relief go, the things that they're dealing with, how awful people are, selfish, and those kinds of things. And they relax and they just enjoy the art and what they're seeing. And in the site, I can't think of any other gift that we got organs wise from our Creator. I mean, it's definitely a gift of the ransom of His Son. That is the biggest gift we could ever receive. But the gift of sight, so we can see these things and what it does for us. It just brings joy to the heart to get to see things that, this guy ain't much right now, but he'll be cute with some paint on him, right? But to see the demeanor, how people change, they let go of the world. And it just makes it all that much more worth it to make this stuff. To me, that's what it's about. I don't care. I have a job. I've been at the same job 25 years. The guy likes me. I've been here a long time. He hadn't got rid of me yet. If he wanted to, he couldn't figure out how. I don't know. So I don't need to do this. I do it because I enjoy it. I love to see the effect it has on people. That's really awesome. Okay, let me take this guy off. And if I can, I run that one screw in there. It stopped. I might have to cut it off. I don't know. We'll find out. No, it came out. Never know. Put that baby on hammer drill and just crank away, right? Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I last November, when for the second time I did a craft show, the same craft show I did back in 2019, and then I said that same thing. Well, I had forgotten that because of COVID and all the changes that came with COVID. I had forgotten all about that, what that does for people when they see this stuff. And, you always see that guy, though. That guy, his wife, she's like, oh, let's go over and look at the cute bears with the welcome signs. He just keeps on walking. He out of his corner of his eye, he's looking at, and who he's mad at? Because this is how people in Satan's system are. He's mad at you because you made that stuff. And now his wife's coming over to look at it. And he's got to be inconvenienced for a few minutes because his wife wants to see the stuff. But it happens all the time. I mean, I've seen it, the things we did this year, same stuff. People are just miserable. They just want to get through their day. They can't wait to die. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Some people, man, it is what it is. Yeah, carving helps a lot. It's mental. That's what I tell people, Aiden, that this has been a huge mental out for me at the right time when I needed it because, yeah, WD, you got it. Huge stress reliever. I got that point in life where I was just tired of dealing with people and my job in particular. That was the worst one. I'm tired of dealing with people. You get tired of dealing with people who are undependable. You get tired of dealing with people who are selfish. You get tired of dealing with people who do things for themselves and they don't care if they screw you or anybody else for that matter. And you just get tired of that stuff or people's problems. So here's the other thing. You can deal with good people, and I've dealt with some really good people in the last couple of years, but they have a lot of life problems. And what happens is, unfortunately for us, their life problems that they're dealing with affects us too. So it affects everybody. It affects the people around them that are depending on those people. So dependability, or the lack of, I just think it's got worse over the last, especially since COVID. And you can't blame people. For one, how many governments of the world, not third world countries, of course, but how many governments of the world paid people to sit? You got something pretty important, job-wise or something?
You found them? All right. Sorry about that.
Let me see what she's got. She's got my phone.
Bye.
Something work?
JC couldn't find his keys.
Who?
JC.
Oh, you don't have Rowdy's number?
You got him.
Oh, he's got the keys?
Found him.
He found them. Okay. Well, I don't have to get off after all. Anyway, one of my pretty dependable guys, and he had an issue, and he's figured it out on his own. Awesome. So I can keep ranting to y'all. But anyhow, you can't blame people for being that way when they have, you know, for one, they paid them to stay home. Why would you ever want to? Stupid thing froze up on me because the battery's going low. Why would you ever want to go back to work if somebody paid you to stay home? You can't blame them. I mean, I wish that would have happened to me. I was like, when COVID first hit, I don't know how you guys felt about it. I'm like, heck yeah, I've been working all my life. I'm hoping for that 3-month layoff. I hope they come on, layoff. I was hoping for that. It didn't happen, unfortunately, because if you were in the construction and services sector, guess what? You still had to work. And in the end, you know what though? I would have went nuts not doing it. I would have went nuts. It would have drove me nuts. But anyhow, that's what I got. Let's see what y'all got. I'm sorry to run my mouth, but I'm having a good time. Let's see. Never got a single day. Me either, EW. Not one. The only time I got off was when I actually had COVID, and that was it. And the first time was the end of January 2021 when they still had to pay you for being off or they had to pay you 2 weeks for being off. And it wasn't like, oh, they paid you because they loved you. No, it was a government subsidy. They paid the company like a huge tax write-off if they did that. And then on top of that, if they kept you working, guess what these companies got? You didn't get it, by the way. They got $26,000 credit for every employee they had that worked. So, you know, they say, oh, things are awful. Things are not good. And they were like restaurant business. There's a lot of sectors that got pounded. But I can tell you right now, in my sector, they made out like banshees. Don't let them think they didn't. They absolutely did. But what really got hurt was travel and vacation, you know, food, all those things. You know, and those people, some of them are still, I know one guy that told me the other day, he's still trying to catch up from 2021, 2022. Still trying to catch up. And a lot of people are dealing with that. But, you know, I don't know. Hey, baby kisses, glad to see you in there. Dr. Pepper, can you get a mod? Well, I'll tell you what, Dr. Pepper, if you're like Rakin Alejandro and you're in here all the time, you could probably get a mod. You know what I'm saying? So, Dr. Pepper, I would encourage you, because I'd be glad to have more mods. I would encourage you to continue to watch Burn Boss Lady, because we really like our regular people to come back and like to make them moderators, just like Rakin Alejandro is now a moderator. He'll have to say something before he'll be able to see it. All right. See, yeah, Rakin has next. Dr. Pepper. Yeah, Dr. Pepper, you got a long, I never heard of you, so you got a long way to go, buddy. Ha, there you go. Oh, that's awesome. Heck yeah, Rakin. Glad to have you, my man. Awesome. Tree service guys had to work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, us guys, all the miners, all the construction guys, and all the supporting services, we all had to work. I don't want to be one. That's okay, baby kisses. They won't make you one. That ain't no problem. But hey, Rakin, man, he really wanted to be one. There you go. All right, guys. So, hey, I'll tell you what, I'm going to back out of here. And we've been on here in exactly an hour. And hopefully somebody else is on here tonight. And, hey, Creation Dust, do you know when you're going to do another live? And can you announce it while we're in here? And let's see what else we got here. Ghost of Soul, howdy, man. Glad to see you. Heck yeah. See you later, brother. Okay. Hi and bye. I got you, my man. All right. You going to call me? Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing something here with WD here in a little bit. I think so. All right, well, guys, I'll go ahead and beat Pete. Hey, Creation Dust, did you get in there yet? Let's see. Does he get anything? Okay, Wednesday, 3 or 4. Okay, 10-4. That's a good day. Creation Dust. I just won't do nothing at all that day. So figure I'm trying to stay on 2 or 3 hours if you can. And you guys keep that in mind to support him. One thing I will tell you, Creation Dust, I never, ever, 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 ever put out the announcement that I'm going to be on. I just do it. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I noticed that when I did it, when I would announce it, it worked a few times. And then after that, it seemed like it was actually a hindrance. So I wouldn't do it. We all know. Come in tomorrow and say the same thing, and then just do it. I wouldn't post it. Let's see what else we got here. Come back when you can stay later. Now, hey, that's funny you mentioned that, because the boss lady reminded me the other day. She said, how come you don't say smuck anymore? Oh, I forgot about it. You schmuck.